Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a kitchen table makeover. So I got this kitchen table with 4 chairs from a friend of mine. Someone was throwing it away because it's pretty damaged. It had been chewed on by a dog. It was scratched up on the top. And overall, it's just really outdated. The paint is chipping. It's got this, honey oak stain on it. But overall, it's still a good kitchen table. First thing we're going to do, I've already cleaned this by the way. I've wiped it down with just a damp cloth, tiny bit of water and soap, and the first thing we're going to do is sanding. So I started out using my palm sander, which I actually have not used this palm sander before, but somebody just gave it to me for free and said it was a really good palm sander, so I decided to try it out. And I'm using 80 grit sandpaper, which is pretty coarse, and as you can tell, that footage was sped up and it literally did not even take any of the finish off. So I'm switching over now to my handy dandy orbital sander. Love this thing. $20 at Walmart, something like that, I don't know. And as you can see, it just absolutely takes that finish off so much faster than the other sander. And I'm also using 80 grit sandpaper with this as well. So I'm going to be staining this top. I'm not going to be painting it or anything, so I want to get back down to the bare wood. So I'm just using this 80 grit and I'm just going to keep sanding till I get down there. There is like a pretty thick clear coat on this tabletop, but it's pretty worn down just from being used and being old. So it took me a while to sand this whole top piece here, probably like a good solid couple of hours. I took breaks in between obviously because man, my arm was killing me. And I'm pretty sure I went through like an entire 15 pack of sandpaper pads. So here it is all sanded. You can see it's a really nice color. It's solid oak. I'm going to be sanding the seats of these chairs down also. So my next step is to take the back part of the chairs off. I don't know what those are called. Chair backs? Yeah, but they were just screwed in and they had these little like wooden pieces that were kind of in there keeping it together. So I just took those screws out and then just tapped out those little wooden pieces. for the chair that has all the damage on it, I'm just gonna fill some wood. I've got some epoxy wood putty here. This is from JB Weld, I think. But as you can see, I'm like really struggling because this glove is way too big for my hand. And it kept sticking to my glove and not the wood. But anyway, so I just pushed that into all of those damaged parts on the top and the sides. And then I just use regular wood filler for these small little marks and scratches. So I just did that on the table too, where there was also some damage from a dog chewing on it. So I let that wood filler dry for like 24 hours. And I just took my 80 grit sandpaper, and it took a while because the wood filler really clogs up the sandpaper, so I had to change out sandpaper more frequently, but we got that all sanded. And here's what it looks like after 2 coats. Looks so cute. Then I realized that I had broken one of the chair back things. Luckily it was just an easy fix. I just used some wood glue, Titebond wood glue, and pressed that together, and I let that dry, and then I started to prep the other chairs to get ready for paint.
Why did you do that?
It's an action shot
Of the rat.
of the rat. I get a sneeze.
What?
I have to sneeze. It's not gonna happen now.
I used like 5 cans of spray paint, which I didn't think it was going to need that much, but when you're going such a drastic change in color, like from white to black or black to white, you're always going to need more coats of paint. So I started painting the backs of the chairs while they were off the chairs, and I had to flip them over to get the other side, but then I realized that I can just put the chairs back together while the plastic is still on the chairs, and it was way easier than like having to flip them over and paint each side individually. So I just put the chairs loosely back together here so that I could get a better angle as I was painting them. So before I stain the tabletop and the seats of the chairs, I'm going to go out over everything with this one coat polyurethane, which is a water-based polyurethane. The only reason I'm doing this now is because with the flat black paints, or any dark color paint that has a flat finish, it tends to leave fingerprints really easily. So every time I would touch the chairs to like move them around, I was getting these fingerprints on them. So I decided to just put the top coat on now and not have to worry about that, so I can handle them and do the rest of the tabletop and the seats. And I'm just applying that with this little, like, it's just a piece of foam. It's not a foam applicator, it's just a piece of foam that I found. But it's the same material as a foam applicator. But yeah, it worked really good. So I did that to everything that I painted black, and now it is time to put the legs back on and start doing the staining.
So it's...
Like that?
Yes. Just like that.
So I'm going to be using this wood stain in Antique White. This is technically, it's a one coat stain, so I'm diluting it 50-50 with mineral spirits because I don't want to like cover up too much of the wood grain. I just want to add a little bit of color, and I feel like I have a lot more control over it when I thin it out with mineral spirit. So yeah, I'm just applying that all over the tabletop. And I just did the same thing for the chairs. As you can see, that's 2 coats of stain that I did, and it makes such a huge difference. So here's that chair that had that damage, and I'm just taking some regular acrylic paints to match the color of the wood grain before I stain it. That way it's not as noticeable, because the wood filler is a little bit of a different color and it's not going to take stain. I kind of just eyeballed it and mixed some different colors here together, but I'm using titanium white, burnt umber, yellow ochre, and black. Time to apply the second coat of stain, and I let that dry for like 24 hours, almost 24 hours, and I'm using that same one coat polyurethane to protect the finish on this. And this is a satin finish, and I decided I wanted a matte finish. So I have this Rust-Oleum crystal clear dead flat spray paint, and I'm just doing one coat of that over everything that I've done. So the black, the base of the chair, and the seat, top of the table, and the table itself to give it a matte finish. I think this table turned out really nice. It was definitely a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. I feel like I just spent like 7 whole days sanding. Like the sanding was so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I will be next week. What is words? Yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't know how to edit these videos. What do you think, Max? Do you like the table? Do you like the table? Did it come out nice? Do you want to go for a walk? Oh no, you want to go for a walk? Okay.